The internet and social media are helping people learn more about how the changing definitions of gender and traditional gender roles may affect young people. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, children typically have a stable sense of their identities by the age of 4. It also says revealing cross-gender preferences are a normal part of gender development in children. So now one mother and son duo is showing how parenting outside of gender norms can actually be done with a hint of sass.
Mom?
Yes?
You make the best noodles and you nailed it. I love you. Let me see your shimmy. Let me see it. Let me see it.
Okay, my shimmy here.
That's perfect. That's saucy.
Okay.
Yes, saucy, and I need to drink some wine.
What?
That's Danielle Schaffer and her son Brody, with a combined following of over 3 million across social media. And the duo shares content filled with joy and inspiration. And Danielle and Brody are joining us now to talk more about this and more about bridging the gap between, kids and gender norms. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. First off, I have to say, as I was watching sort of Brody dance, I thought, there isn't a word that encapsulates both joy and freedom, an English word anyways. So I was like, I don't know what the word is, but I know exactly what it looks like, and it looks like Brody dancing. It is such an uplifting feat. And if people haven't seen it, considering the topic that we're talking about, Brody dances and moves his body, or moves Brody's body, with just sort of the freedom that you want to. And
look what Brody's doing now. Did
tights,
you see that?
I know, right? Sometimes Brody wears tights, sometimes Brody wears jeans, sometimes Brody wears a dress, sometimes a tutu, whatever Brody wants to wear. Brody is your 4th child, so I think that parenting without gender norms is something that I imagine that you had to come to. So I'm really curious, Danny, about your own evolution to come to this point. What does it mean to parent outside of gender norms, and how did you get here?
I think because he has 3 older siblings and one being his sister, there's a lot of dresses in the house and costumes in the house, and he gravitated towards his sister. He loves dance, and she's his hero, and it was so easy for him to just throw on one of her costumes and have fun. And when I saw him do that, I didn't think anything was wrong with that. He's a child and he's just exploring and he's having fun. And I feel like the minute you let go and let your child be is when they're going to flourish anyway. And I would never want to clip his wings, and I just want to be the bridge to get him to where he needs to be instead of the roadmap dictating which way to go. I feel it took some time, definitely, like you said, like after the 4th child. I don't know if I would be this way with the 1st, but I feel like after having 4 children and learning about each of them, it's just best to listen to them and to see what they like and what they're passionate about. And I'm really glad Brody's my child, because he does get to flourish and he does get to dance and have fun.
Brody, I can see you want to get in on this conversation. Tell me, what are your favorite things to do?
I like to dance, and I like to sing to music, and I do like to play with dresses and play with my mommy with dolls, and I like to play jumping on the couch.
Oh, I don't know. That may be the one thing that mom is like,
Yeah, no to the jumping on the couch.
Coincidentally, I like all of those things too, except I have to pay for the couch now, so I can no longer jump on it. Brody, I saw that you went to Las Vegas and you had sushi. Did you like it?
And I went on stage.
You went on
stage.
What is it like, Brody? What is it like to be on stage, Brody, with everyone looking at you?
I just like to passion and look at everyone and look up the sky at the stars and look at my mom.
Yeah.
And I like to do this.
Well, I love
He does
it.
have
Your
a lot of
passion is
when I see him
contagious.
on stage.
Yeah, I saw the little video of you asking which fruit he wanted. Was it? I think it was like blueberries or passion fruit, and he was like passion, and he did this whole thing. It was great. It was great. So Danny, I have a question. I have a question as a parent. I know a few children, I'm going to say 3 children, that I've watched them grow from little kids to now ranging the age between 6 and maybe 13. And it is clear that they are operating outside of gender norms. Their parents have never discussed it with me. And so sometimes I struggle, and you sort of heard me ask the question earlier today where I was like, should I use a pronoun or should I not? Sometimes I struggle with how to be supportive of those families when they haven't really addressed it with me, and maybe they haven't addressed it within their families. So I guess I'm sort of asking for advice. What's kind of the best way to handle, a family that I know that, has a kid like Brody?
Maybe just asking, what is your child like? How could I support you? How could I help you? I do have hundreds of messages from parents that say, I don't know what to do. I can't discuss this with my friends. We never discuss this, but my child also likes dance and to, explore. They're just children at the end of the day. I just think that just truly support your friends and truly support these children, and so that you're not clipping their wings by any means. And the parents do need your support. So definitely reach out and say, hey, I'm here for you. What could we do today to support your child and your family? And I think that would be great, just be there and be supportive, and know that not everyone's going to be in this box that society thinks is normal. Because it's not. These kids are all different, and they're such beautiful little angels, just, with their own paths. And it's so beautiful. And all 4 of my children are different. And it's important to support that.
Yeah, but Danielle, let me ask you about Brody, and he's getting ready. Brody is preparing to head off to kindergarten this year, and I guess I'm trying to understand from your perspective how you feel knowing how you've let your children blossom and grow, just as what you just said there. But perhaps when Brody interacts with other children, their parents have not allowed them to be or to do some of the things that you've encouraged your children to do, and what that will look like for Brody once he interacts with other children. What kind of experiences you are thinking about for Brody as he prepares for school? Because as you know, as we all know as adults, when you're a child, you oftentimes want to fit in with your peers, especially the first few years when you are all of a sudden thrust from a loving embrace of the family to like the cold and cruel world that is everything outside of your door. So what are you thinking about?
I mean, it's going to happen. I can't put him in a bubble. Every kid has their own journey. But what if I didn't allow him to have that journey? I'm not going to suppress.
A bubble? I'm inside a bubble?
No, you're not in a bubble. That's what we don't want. You're not going to pop. But he is very funny, by the way. But I feel like
that's great.
He's funny. He is. He's like a mini Jack Black. But I do feel that, you just need to. Brody's happy. And Brody's confident, and that's the best gift I could ever give him, is confidence and happiness. And he's going to be so better prepared for life because he's happy and confident.
Sassy.
And he's sassy. Right. So he's going to be better prepared for all the obstacles in life. And not every day is happy. As we all know, we all have roller coasters to experience in each chapter, and just be supportive. And that's the best thing I can give him is our support, our love, and and I think we'll cross that when it happens. It hasn't happened. He's in dance school right now, and yes, he's entering kindergarten come September. But in dance school, I mean, so far I feel like the world is actually a great place. I mean, sometimes we focus on the negative, but there's a lot of great people out there and there's a lot of support, and we need to look at the positive. And there's so many awesome people out there that support Brody. I mean, he has so much more support than you could imagine. It's like 99%. So those 1%ers, I'm not even concerned about, really.
So you posted a really touching video of a moment between Brody and your husband. I want to play that for our viewers.
Okay.
What's your response to ignorant comments?
Well, number one, I don't respond to them because there's no helping these ignorant people. But
I don't respond to Daddy.
all I care about is them being happy.
too.
Right,
I
bro?
love
And I'm not going to allow anybody to affect that. As long as you're happy, right, Brody? And nobody will tell him what he is or what he isn't. Brody will decide that.
Yes.
Right, Brody? You will decide.
Man, I love that. Brody is sort of just being a kid, but all that information is sinking in. Brody, I want to ask you, how much do you enjoy making videos with your mom?
I like to shimmy, and I tell her shimmy and sassy, and I tell her to go. I'm in charge.
You're in charge? But do you
Filming
of filming? Okay, so
and
now
sassy.
and you're sassy, but do you like doing the videos that we do and having fun?
Yeah, I like to. I like to do videos because I have so much subscribers. I have 10 million thousand.
Viewers.
That's great. So Danielle, you why did you choose at this point in your life as a mom who has 4 children to start teaching Brody specifically? I mean, and are you planning on perhaps widening the circle with your other children? Or, they always say that, children after a certain age, it becomes a little more difficult to introduce them to new ideas. That's true of all humans, I guess. What are your plans with that?
I feel that I support all 4 of them in whatever path they want to go. But as far as digital content, one child of mine doesn't like to be on video, so I respect that. And a lot of people ask, why don't we ever see, that one child in the middle? And I'm like, because he doesn't like to be on the camera.
One child in the middle and just say sassy.
But he doesn't like to be in the camera, so we respect that. Brody is.
I like to be in camera.
I know you do. He's a natural performer. And it's obvious. It's obvious. He just likes to perform, and I like to document. I've been documenting my entire life. It's in my blood to document my kids. They were all born with a camera in their face. I just love to document our life. And Brody pretty much is in the front of the camera, and my daughter is really starting to like the camera too. That's like new for her, I would say. So, but I support them, they see what goes on with their brother and they support him. And they in the beginning, they got teased too, like, oh, your brother this, your brother that. And they're like, they stand up for him. So it's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing indeed.
Brody, can you show Vlad and I one move that we can do from where we're anchoring right now, a sitting dance move?
Yeah.
We could even move the camera right here. Here, you want to show them right here, baby? Here, we go right here. I'll move it for them so they can see you.
Okay.
We should cue up some music.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Let me try to
Vlad
get
and I
that up there.
Don't.
It's not
Vlad,
working.
Don't hurt yourself, Vlad. Do not hurt yourself.
I got a cramp now.
Yay, beautiful.
Need some niacin.
Thank you, Brody. That was great.
Thank you.
Instead, I'll just do a shimmy. We can shimmy off this.
End with a shimmy, always.
That was awesome.
Always end with a shimmy. I like it.
Thank you, Brody. Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
You guys are
I
amazing.
hope that helped. Thank you so much for having us.
This is great. This was wonderful. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Brody. Thank you, Danielle. We appreciate it. CBSN is marking Pride Month with special coverage topics through this month, including everything from the politics of pride to families, education, and health. You can also get our content on demand on the CBS Village page on CBSNews.com.